Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon once again, and welcome to our third day of our 10-day leadership challenge. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you know, my name is Olivia, and I am the proud owner of OJ Coaching and Consulting. We help and support small and medium-sized businesses to develop, grow, and scale. If you have any stumbling blocks, any roadblocks, if you need any support with sorting out your finances in the business or putting strategies in place, implementing strategies to be able to scale your business, we are here to help. We are here to support you. And so we brought this 10-day leadership challenge so that you can challenge yourself, you can set goals, you can look at the various areas of your business that is challenging you, causing you restless nights of sleep because you're trying to figure out how to go about it, how to solve your problems. We're going to go through a small recap of what we did yesterday. And most importantly, yesterday, I left you with a mind map. The mind map is that you have your goal. And from your goal, you will look at all the areas that you need to cover to be able to fulfill that goal. How did you go with that yesterday? Sit and ponder and think. Have you got all bases covered? Have you been able to get all the areas that you need to have correctly to be able to accomplish that goal? I leave you with that today. But now we're going to start on roadblocks and what are roadblocks and how to eliminate those roadblocks in moving forward in your business. We're going to identify these roadblocks and the potential roadblocks that you might have. Firstly, what is a roadblock? A roadblock is what would stop you achieving your goal. It's an area or areas that will challenge you. These areas will stop you being able to achieve your mission. And at the end of the day, there's where you're going. Now, there are various roadblocks that can stop you from achieving your goal. It could be simply your environment. It can be sometimes the people around you. It could be limiting beliefs. One of the most important limiting beliefs is that you cannot do it. There are many people will tell you, oh, your dream is too big, you could never achieve that. How many times have you not heard that? How many times have you not heard people say to you, it's not possible, you cannot achieve it? And you sit and you think, now why are they saying that to me? Look how hard I work. I know I can do it. When you have that gut feeling that you can do it, you can do it. And when you're a leader, you will get several of these gut feelings. Several of these feelings that you know what to do. But sometimes implementing it can be the challenge. But then the more and more you take the action of finding out, doing the research, and we covered some of this yesterday, you have to ask the questions for the things you do not know. Don't be afraid to ask. Be proactive. You will succeed. You always will succeed when you are proactive, when you take the action. Don't get me wrong, you will fail, and I can testify to that because I've failed a million times myself. I have failed so many times. I dust myself off, I get back up, I keep going. Because I simply believe that nothing is impossible. And I could not be sat here today if I had not gone through that journey. It has opened up a world that many people dream of. And I live in that world now. So yes, the limiting belief is one of the biggest roadblocks you have to conquer as a leader. You've got to be able to overcome your limiting beliefs. And it's not just the people around you. It may not just be the environment. It could be you just watching too much television or spending too much time on social media. All these are roadblocks. So we sit and you look at the various roadblocks you have. And then you say, how do I eliminate the roadblock? Because I have to achieve my goal. And to be able to achieve the goal, your mission, you got to get past these roadblocks. You have to. You got to take those actions to go forward. I will give you a good example. Some of you may already be volunteers in a football team, a youth football team, in a charitable organization, and I'm doing us good here. Don't get me wrong, you are. But sit and think of the amount of hours you spend volunteering. You can spend some of that time on your goal. Because you could be in a full-time job and your goal is to become an entrepreneur. You want to get out of that and serve. You could be an IT technician working for an organization, but you still feel limited because you're unable to reach that true potential that you have within you. Now, if you're to leave that and go into self-employment, there's many other skills that come with it. And as a leader, you know that you can do it because you already do it on a day-to-day basis. But many of the other management and leadership skills that you need to acquire are currently done by other parties in that organization. You have to now start reading more, going to the courses, going to the workshops, going to the training sessions, and learning those additional skills to become a better leader, to be able to scale your business and be good at what you do because you want to serve. And where you cannot do it all, because to scale a business, you can't do it all yourself, you then start seeking to employ people. But then don't just employ anyone. Look at employing leaders. Look for the quality and the skills in the skill set of the individuals you will now bring into your organization. Because those skills is that you will also develop in them as they are doing tasks for you. So you can become the person to mainly focus on what your passion is. Think on that for a minute. When you carefully look at your mission statement and your goals for this month, think on what could be possibly holding you back. What is preventing you this week, this month, the next quarter, the next year? What is preventing you from achieving your goals? What is it? Let's take a simple example. You want to get a bike. You want to start cycling more because of the pandemic, you don't want to be jumping on public transport if you do not drive. So the goal is to be able to purchase a bike. What is stopping you from purchasing the bike? Why do you put it off for tomorrow? Why do you put it off for next week? Why do you put it off for next month? Be specific, very specific and very detailed as to why there is a roadblock of you acquiring a bike. Sometimes it's not the money, but you create an excuse. Oh, I've got to get to work and I've got to pick up the kids, and oh, I've got to get home for a particular time. Oh, I've got to go and grab the wife. And so if you sit and think of all the areas that you think of prior to nipping down to the bike shop and looking at the bikes, seeing the one that you like, fixate yourself on the bike you like, find out the price for the bike, and then work towards acquiring the bike and set a time scale, a time limit to when that bike will be in your possession. Stop the procrastination. Stop putting it off until tomorrow. Stop putting it off. Make the decision, take the action, achieve your goal. Another area could be that your goal is a bit too vague. If the goal is vague, you will not achieve it. Oh, I'd like to have a bike. What kind of bike? What color of bike? What make of bike? How much am I prepared to spend on the bike? These are details. So when I talk about going into details, you go into deep details. I want a bike, but you will be very specific and very detailed as into what bike do you want? Another area that could be preventing you and another roadblock could be that the goal that you've set is too great. You want a bike. It might not be a cycle, as in a regular bike, like a mountain bike. You might be looking at a BMW motorbike. Now, if at this junction, you can see the bike, you can like the bike, you can even know the color of the bike and the price of the bike. But at this junction, the time that it might take you to acquire that bike might not be a week or a month. It might be a year. So when it comes to setting goals, what I say is set realistic goals. Because if the goal is too grand, is too large, is too great for immediate, then you start backing out of it, as in, I'd like to do this, but then you come to the big but. Financially, I can't afford it. Where am I going to keep the bike? I don't have a shed. I do not have a garage. So then you start going to all the steps that why you cannot have the bike. But they're not steps to say you can't have it. But you will start creating in your mind, and then you will lose that goal. But to focus on it, break it down. Say, you know what? I can get a regular bike and I can have it in the garden when I'm not using it. I can bring it round and secure it in my shed in the garden. Or I can get a smaller motorbike for now. And gradually, as you break down a larger goal into smaller sections, they become more achievable. So look at your goals and don't make them too vague and don't make them too large, too great. Because if they're too great, you think of all the impossibilities of being able to achieve that goal. But you will find if you break it down into segments, you'll definitely be able to achieve that goal. We talked about procrastination. Procrastination, as in when I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get to the bike shop tomorrow. I'm not to worry. Or on my way, I'll go down there. But you never get round to it. For whatever reason, you keep putting it on. I could testify that I've been a big procrastinator for the longest while. And I write a diary out with 6 things to do on a daily basis. Every single day. And I still do it until now. And I found that there were days I get out of bed, I start my routine, and I look at the diary and I go like, I can do that tomorrow. Oh, there's no rush, I can get to that tomorrow. And tomorrow come, and I say the same thing, oh, I can get that tomorrow. But when I go to bed at night and I review what I should have achieved on my daily goals, I was unhappy with me. So unhappy, I'd kick myself to sleep. This was no fun. But then I came across the book. I was given a book, To Stop Self-Sabotaging by Dr. Pat Peterson. I was given this book a few years ago, and I read that book from cover to cover. And I made an awful lot of notes in the book. I love reading. I sit every day and I read. 2 chapters minimum every day, that's me. But I read that book. And I made a lot of notes. But as I was going through my procrastination, it got to a point that a few months later, I reread Pat Peterson's book, Stop Self-Sabotaging. And then a few things hit home and I kicked myself out of procrastination. Because you know what? It stopped me from doing the things I should have been doing. The things that should have been done weren't done. I could get up on a good day and my form of procrastination is, you know what? I'm going to tidy the house. You know what? I'm going to do the laundry. You know what? I'm going to cook a fantastic meal today. And that was me. Unbeknown to me, I was not being proactive. I was procrastinating. I was putting off the things that were important to be done on that day to whenever. And I kicked myself out of it. Now I no longer procrastinate. I take action. And I take action immediately. If something needs to be done, I get on and I do it. I look at what I have scheduled for my day. And if someone asks me to do something and it's not within my time schedule, politely, I will say to you, I'd love to do it for you, but not now, not today. Even if it comes to my family, unless it's a dire emergency, I do not put off what I have to do. And so if you are a procrastinator, may I suggest, grab a copy of Pat Peterson's book, Stop Self-Sabotaging. It's a fantastic book, and you can make notes as you read and go on. It's a fabulous book to have. And you can read it and reread the book. Certain things will click. Another way to help and support yourself is possibly having a mentor or a life coach. Some people need an accountability buddy or accountability friend. If you set yourself tasks to complete and you're unable to complete them in a timely manner, not to worry. Because you know what? So long as you've got that accountability buddy, they will hold you accountable. Because that person will not be afraid to say to you, hey, you're going off track. You need to be doing this. Have you done that? How long did it take you to get that done? Okay, what's the next thing to do? Come on. And they're not afraid to tell you when you're going wrong, and they're not afraid to congratulate you. Yes, you're doing it right, in their opinion. And if you see changes or tweaking need to be done, you will get on with it. Because you've got somebody watching you. You've got somebody supporting you. You've got somebody helping you. We are also here. If you need our help, if you need our support, go to our website, www.theoliviajoseph.com, and on the contact page, drop us a message. We're more than happy at any point in time to help and support you. Go to the Facebook page, Facebook.com/theoliviajoseph.com, and message us. Send us an inbox message. We are always here to help and support you. Don't be afraid. Ask. My favorite thing I always say, ask. What you do not know, ask. We will help you. That's what we do. We will help you. Another area of roadblocks can also be the people around you. Some of us have family members. Some of us even have wives or husbands. You can be a woman and you want to go and set up a business. And your husband can say to you, oh, darling, why worry with it? I make enough money. You don't have to do that. But you feel that urge, you feel that calling. Because you're great at flower arranging. And that's your calling. And you want to set up that business. You're good with pets. And you want to have a pet shop. You're good with vulnerable adults and you want to help and support them. You want to be either a friend to them where you sit and just chat with them, because old people feel lonely. Vulnerable people feel lonely at times, and they just want to know someone can come in and have a chat with them. And you want to set that up as a business where you just befriend. You go, you sit, you have a cup of tea or coffee, and you have a chat with them. Liven up their day, even if it's half an hour or 1 hour. They look forward to seeing you. But your husband say, oh, you couldn't do that. Oh, no, I make enough money for us both. Those are difficult circumstances. You would need either a life coach or a mentor, or even someone that you can consult to in private, how to go about discussing with that person, your husband, because it's a delicate situation, of how to go around discussing with him that this is your calling, this is your inner desire, this is what you want to do, this is how you want to serve, and that he is able to understand and allow you to blossom. Allow you to set up that shop. Allow you to go out there and serve and help others. Allow you to accomplish your goal, your dream, your heartfelt desire. It can be family, it could be relatives saying, oh, you'd never accomplish that. And what you say to yourself, you look at them and you smile and go, you keep saying that to yourselves. I know I can do it. Because you can. You are great. And you can do it. So don't listen to the negative talk. Do not listen to the naysayers. Go with your gut. Like my mentor would say, live full and die empty. Mr. Les Brown, he says, live full and die empty. Give all what you have to give. Serve. That you will be remembered as a leader who gave. Now we've got a few action points that I'm going to leave you with for today. And I'd like you to look again at your mission statement or your goals. And when you return to that, look at all the areas. When you read your mission statement and you look at your goals, I want you to focus and pinpoint every single area you envisage, you believe you will have a stumbling or a roadblock. Write each and every one of those roadblocks down, because you're likely to have roadblocks in your mission statement. We all have. I want you to write them down, and write it down specifically and in every single detail, as detailed as you possibly can. Because once you can write it down in detail, you will then be able to read and see exactly what is holding you from moving forward. So that's why I ask, reread the mission statement, pinpoint every single area that is a roadblock, write in specific and in graphic detail, as detailed as possible, the roadblocks in the mission statement or in your goal. And then once you can do that, you start now looking at how to handle these roadblocks. Yeah? You start looking at how to handle your roadblocks. How and where you can reach out for help. Whether you need a mentor, you need a life coach, you need an accountability buddy or accountability friend. Whoever you may need, write that person down. And then go out looking for that help, for that support. In doing so, you will be working on eliminating the roadblocks, because now you know what they are, you know how to eliminate them, and then you also know who you can consult to help and support you in eliminating your roadblocks, because it won't be an easy journey. And I don't want you to give up, and I don't want you to think you're a failure, because you're not. You are not a failure. You are a leader. And you are great at it too. To be here with me on the third day of our 10-day leadership challenge, you are a great leader. And because you are destined to become better at what you do, you've stuck with it. And you will stick with it through for the 10 days. And I thank you all for being here today. I thank you all for your commitment and your time. Like and share this video. Reach out to us on our Facebook page. Reach out to us on our website, www.theoliviajoseph.com, or on Facebook. It's Facebook, theoliviajoseph.com. Reach out to us. We are here to help and support you as much as you need us. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your time. God bless. See you tomorrow, same time. Thank you.